Hello all. So today I wanted to give you an update first on how our caladium is doing from last week. You remember we planted this, and so I want you to see that it is growing and it's actually getting shoots. Um, so I water it about um, I'm sorry, I am being impolite. Nurse Ann here talking about gardening and an update from our previous video on caladiums. And so I want you to see that we have a growing plant that's healthy. You can see it's kind of sitting straight up, not leaning to the side. If it was leaning, it could mean it need more water or some vitamins or something, but it's pretty. And also I want to show you that my bucket does not have sitting water on my pot that I'm putting the other pot inside. So you don't want the plant to be sitting in water because that can cause fungus and bacteria to grow, and your plant could actually have problems. So that's an update on our caladium. So until next time, we will chat soon. Nurse Ann here. So I am here today because I am just so excited to be showing you how to plant seeds. So I want all of those young folks or even older folks who do not consider themselves a green thumb. I want you to know that I did not start as a green thumb. So I don't know if I mentioned that my mother taught me some things about gardening, but mother didn't like me in her garden much. And I think as a little girl, you know how we just dabble around and don't really pay attention to what we're doing. So I'm sure I was stepping on her plants and everything else in the garden. So when I got to be an adult, I didn't consider myself a green thumb because it seemed like every plant I had died. But today I want you to know that my plants are flourishing and yours can flourish also. So we're going to start today in talking about how to plant a seed. And I just love watching the seeds grow. So you can see our supplies, and I will put a list of this all at the bottom. I've already taken a picture. So I am also going to show you how you can actually play in the dirt. So I told you I play in the dirt sometimes with my gloves, but sometimes I actually play in the dirt just with my bare hands. So since I need a good, nice little manicure anyway, I figured I'd play in the dirt. So you remember old school when we was smaller? Okay, so I'm dating myself, but I used to make mud pies with the dirt, and I wasn't growing a thing. I was just making mud pies because it was fun to play in the dirt when I was smaller. So us nurses, as we get stressed out at times, surely nursing is not a stressful job, surely not, but just in case you get a little stressed, you can come play in the dirt, and it's just calming to feel the dirt against your fingers. Okay, so I told you if you really don't like that dirt under your fingernails, you can always wear the gloves. But if you really want to be grounded with the soil and feel like you're closer to nature and it just calms you to just play in the dirt, then just do that. Okay, so we're gonna play in the dirt a little bit. So you can see I have smaller pots and my little seeds that we're going to be planting. Today we're planting field peas because I just want you to see that you can grow something that you can actually eat. Okay, so I'm going to get my potting soil and I'm going to fill my pot about 3/4 full. Okay, I'm going to do 2 pots just so you can see the difference in growth. I just like to plant things. So 2 pots, filling about 3/4 full of potting soil. And I put it on top of my potting bag, or you can put it actually on the table, wherever. I'm going to put a little rainwater that I've already collected. And you want to remove if you see any big wood pieces or anything in your soil. You want to remove those because they can keep your seed from growing. So a little more rainwater. So I know I'm saying a little bit. Okay, so we're saying maybe a 1/4, probably 1/8 of a cup in each of your little pots. I have the bigger pot down here just because I like to save all my potting soil that falls out of the other pots so I don't waste anything. Okay, so my soil is nice and moist. And then I'm going to plant at least 2 seeds 2 seeds from field peas into each pot. Because people, plants and people like a little company. So you don't want to just plant it all by itself. And also you're doing that just in case one doesn't root, then the other one will root. Okay, so I put those on top. And now I'm going to put some potting soil and just sprinkle it on top of the seeds. And I'll probably put about, if you're measuring, we'll say about a half of a centimeter, about a half a centimeter of dirt on top. Okay, now you can't see my little seeds. And I just gently pat. You don't want to pack it too hard, just gently pat. Just so all the dirt is touching the seed and the seed doesn't have air pockets. Because sometimes if the seed have air pockets, then bacteria and worms can get in there and eat your seed up. Okay, now I'm just going to put a little more rainwater on top of those seeds, because seeds like moisture to grow. And next time we're going to see how nicely they're growing. So I actually have done this already. Of course, I just wanted to experiment. So hold on a second, and I'm going to show you what the plant will look like in like a couple of weeks. So this is my field peas plant, and this was like, so it's like 4 plants. So this was probably like 4 seeds. And so I just want you to see how big it's going to look in about a couple of weeks. And so now that it has grown a little bit, I'll have to put it in a different pot just so the roots won't get cramped and it'll actually grow and produce or something. But we'll cover that on another time. Okay, until next time, this is Nurse Ann and Gardening, How to Plant a Seed. Chat soon.